Hello, and welcome to the Amateur Expert Live. This is episode 10, and we had some technical difficulties earlier today, so we are recording liver than we normally do, and not with the scheduled guest because she had a prior commitment at this time. So I called in a huge favor, and my friend Cherie will be joining us. And I look forward to interviewing her and for you guys to get to know her. So she just joined and see if we can get this working. Cherie is here.
Hi.
Hi, Cherie, and welcome to the Amateur Expert Show. Thank you so much for helping me at the last minute today.
No problem.
So, Cherie, can you please introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know who you are and sort of what you do.
What do I do? Okay. So my name is Cherie Sebro. I am a paralegal at a personal injury law firm. We also do medical malpractice. I'm also interning at the DA's office in DeKalb County. I'm also in law school. There's a lot that's going on here. And that's about it. And I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. So Cherie, what did you want to do when you were younger? What did you think you wanted to be when you grew up?
A lawyer. I wanted to be
a lawyer. So it seems as though you were on the correct path there.
Yeah, I wanted to be a judge from when I was maybe 7 or 8. Yeah.
And was there anything that motivated you specifically to wanting to be a judge?
I think it was mostly just watching TV shows, especially like Law and Order. I love that show. So it just kind of motivated me to be like a prosecutor and to at least be in that field.
Okay. And what was your idea of success at that point when you were younger, when you thought you wanted to be a judge or a prosecutor?
Well, what was my idea of success?
Yes, ma'am.
I wouldn't say that it was money related. It was just more so happiness and making sure that I had a roof over my head, making sure that my belly was full, that I was taken care of, basically, especially at that young age. I'm not thinking about bills. I'm not thinking about things that when you get older you're gonna need. I automatically just probably thought of having money in my pocket and making sure that I had a good job.
Okay. So you were you wanted to be a judge when you were younger and now you're in law school. So It seems as though you're making the correct strides to reach your goal. Do you still want to be a judge?
Absolutely. In order for me to become a judge, first I would have to be a lawyer, a prosecutor, or at least a defense attorney. And then from there, I believe you have to be elected in order to become a judge. So I'm trying to get on that path, and hopefully I'll make it there.
Okay, so tell me, what are some tips and motivators you've used along the way? Obviously, to me, I would seem that time management is something that you must be a pro at because you are very busy.
Yes, absolutely. Time management. It's also not giving up. I actually went to law school at a later age instead of going directly from college. And I took some time off, about 10 years or so, just to make sure that this is something that I absolutely wanted to do, not something that once I get out of college, that this is, I'm just gonna hop into law school and that was it. If I went to law school right after college, I think I would have been partying and I would not be as focused as I am today. So I think that it's also networking, it's being motivated, it's definitely being able to make sure that you are aware of what you want to do in your life and just being able to focus. I think that's like the number one goal.
So do you think that you took the job as a paralegal to prepare you for law school, or to prepare you for networking, or?
Absolutely. I think that being a paralegal is something that put me on the field to becoming an attorney. I think that by doing so, I'm able to kind of see what I want to do, like what type of law I want to pursue. And I think that that was the best decision that I could make. My phone is dying, so I'm trying to get my charger here.
No problem. So my next question would be, have you always worked as a paralegal in the same, like for the same type of practices?
No, I definitely switched over. I was sorry about this. I'm just gonna plug in my phone real quick. Here we go. Sorry. I originally worked in New York. I don't really remember what type of company it was or what type of field of law it was. But since I've been in Georgia, it has been personal injury. It also was asbestos work. You know those commercials that you see that has mesothelioma and people getting cancer? Exactly. Yes. So it was also that. So I know both sides of the law. I know also criminal defense or civil, as well as being a plaintiff's attorney. So it's sort of a double-edged sword, knowing both sides, but it also is an advantage because now I know directly what I want to do.
So has your idea of success changed? And if so, why?
My idea of success, I think it has. My idea of success now is to make sure that I'm established as well as my family. I try to give as much as I can to my mom, but also I just want to make sure that I have everything that I need, and making sure that my family is also taken care of. Whatever they need, I also make sure that they're taken care of before. I think when you're younger, you have a different mindset. My mindset clearly was different. But I think now it's more so just focused on making sure that I have everything that I need, and so does my family. And that I'm not struggling. I think that's one thing that a lot of people do not take advantage of is time management and being able to save money. In New York, you're not able to, well, me personally, I wasn't able to. So I think that it's being realistic. It's making sure that you know your limitations, you know what you can handle. And I think that my idea of success definitely has changed from what it was maybe 10 years ago compared to 20 years ago. Definitely it has.
That's good. So my last question is sort of a fun question. I am the amateur expert and pride myself on knowing a little bit about a lot. And so I asked my guests if they can share with me a random tidbit of information. It could be, a piece of advice. It could be a Snapple fact. Just something that, I can put in my pocket and maybe answer a $200 Jeopardy question, phone a friend on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
A tip. I'm not sure what would be a tip. I would just say just to continue moving forward, and make sure that you're motivated. Like I said, I started late in the game. I'm not going to say my age, but I should have, or maybe I could have been a law student before, but I
Mm-hmm.
chose not to. I chose to take a different path in life. And I think that a person definitely just needs to make sure that they know what they want. Even if it's taking, a job at McDonald's, it's taking, a job at, it doesn't matter where, but making sure that you take different avenues to get where you want to be. Even if like say you want to be a designer or something like that, look into internships, look into different places that network. There's different avenues that you can go on to achieve your goal, and it's never too late. Never too late. I mean, I'm not gonna say my age again, but I, like I said, I'm a little late to the game, but I'm pursuing my dream, and I definitely think that if I can do it, anybody can.
But you're not. I mean,
Absolutely.
you're not late in the game. You're right on time. And I remember one of my professors said that his brother had dreamed of going to law school, and he had already had children, and they were like on their way to college, and he was discouraged by because he was working. He was discouraged
Right.
by how much time it was going to take him to complete the goal, and
Mm-hmm.
his wife said to him, so I think it was 5 years he said it was going to take. And she said, 5 years are going to pass regardless. So do you want the 5 years to pass and at the end of the 5 years you're an attorney? Or do you want the 5 years to pass and then you're complaining that you could have been an attorney? So
Right.
it's, I feel like for me and for a lot of us, it's easy to put parameters on ourselves based on age or sex
Mm-hmm.
or class. But I think
Right.
that if you put your mind to it, and you're a testament to this, if you put your mind to it, you can really do anything. So
Absolutely.
I want to
Absolutely.
thank you for coming in, saving me the last minute today.
Yeah, no
You
problem.
shared some good advice, some good tips, and I think that you are truly an encouragement to people who are wanting to pursue their dreams. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Love you, Ash.
Love you
Bye.
too. Bye.